Hi everyone, welcome to another installment of Avnu Access. My name's Toby, I'm here with my co-host Ben. Today we're interviewing Nick Georges, the king of Avnu Property Management. Growing up in Narembeen sort of area, but moving now with his family of two kids and obviously his lovely wife in the Concord area. Loves soccer, loves a bit of time with his family and also a little bit of time getting away with the boys playing some golf, if I remember some of the stories we've shared with ourselves.
Yeah.
But mate, you tell us about yourself and like how you came to come into Avnu.
I've been in real estate since I left school. It's about 18, 19 years now, so straight out of school into real estate. For the first 4 or 5 years, I was sort of going between sales and property management, and then sort of found a home in property management at my second office. Did everything from buying rent rolls to managing small teams, managing big teams. My last office, I looked after probably one of the strongest portfolios, I believe, in the state, and then the opportunity came up to actually make a difference in property management and sort of change the way I believe property management was perceived, and an opportunity came up with Avnu through Christine and Casey, and never looked back, really.
I guess that's one of the questions here, is to make a difference. What was important to you when developing property management here? Because it's everywhere, it's in every real estate business. What's important to you
So
here?
I think property management in general is very old world. It's perceived as collecting rent and facilitating maintenance. But being a property investor myself, there's a lot of layers to it that is not sort of shown in everyday property management offices. And coming here, clean slate.
I think a clean slate's big.
Clean slate is really important, and building something, because I've been through the ringer with a number of offices and seen what works and what doesn't work, and being an investor myself, so seeing it from another perspective, I built it with different hats on, and where we are today, although we're still in the early stages, and where we are today to where I see a lot of other offices, we are sort of miles ahead in what I perceive new world property management.
Yeah, well, interesting you say new world, I guess, pardon me, because I'm out there looking at bringing new agents in to join Avnu, and part of the thing that Christine mentioned about fixing frustrations that a lot of agents have, and one of those in particular is that sort of relationship between property management and the sales.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you sort of combat that? And I know that with Avnu we've got some great examples of how you really work cohesively together. Can you share some of those?
Yeah, it's notorious in most real estate offices is the divide. It's so evident, the divide between sales and property management. And that was one of the big things when I started here, that we need to bridge the gap. I think the biggest thing for property managers and property management teams is you have to show value to the salesperson. Why is property management valuable to their business? And like every business, the biggest thing is relationships. So firstly, striking up a relationship with the sales team. And not only that, providing a service that is actually beneficial for their clients. Yeah. So not just finding the tenant or organising maintenance, it goes further than that, and that's where our portal comes in. It's maybe finding them the next investment opportunity, or saving them some money here, or there's a number of different layers of it, but it's actually showing the sales team that my department or property management adds value to their client. And I think that's the biggest thing, showing the salespeople that we actually can add value. Whether it's the relationship between the salesperson, the relationship between the tenant and the property manager, and embedding that client into the business is the biggest thing. So if the client's not ready to sell, embedding them into the business, so when the time does come to sell, it's given back to the salesperson on a silver platter. They're not up against 3 other agents, and it's a seamless process from sales to property management. I've seen it over the years where salespeople aren't confident in the property management department, reluctant to refer in, and that's something that fortunately we've been able to build here because we've had a clean slate. And our referral rate from our sales team to property management is I would challenge probably the best in the country.
Yeah.
That's a big call.
Big call.
I would stand by that call.
Yeah. Well, I guess that sort of leads into my next question. You've been around and you were looking after one of the most productive and biggest rent rolls getting around the traps. I guess what attracted you to Avnu? Why Avnu for you?
I think the thing that always stands out in my head, people ask me this question all the time, is changing property management. That's why I came to Avnu. I saw an opportunity to actually change the way property management is perceived, and changing the industry. Like, I don't. It's
not every day you get to say you got a chance of changing an industry.
Exactly, and not to take away from the offices I were at, they were very strong offices, but they were only thinking in the current time, where I believe Avnu's thinking, how are we going to change the industry in 12 months, 5 years, 10 years? Because I know in the property management world where we are right now, it's going to take a lot of other offices 3, 4, 5 years to get to where we are now in terms of Avnu's property management.
And do you think starting from a clean slate's easier to obviously do that as opposed to having it existing already to try and convert it over?
Absolutely. There's a few sort of principles that we put in place here when we started, like buying rent rolls and things like that. But definitely a clean slate. You're able to build it from the ground up, put the foundations in to basically put you in good stead for where we're going to be in 5 or 10 years.
Start the way you intend to go on.
Exactly.
And mate, look, there's been some bold claims about how harmonious PM and sales do interact. Are you able to give us some actual, real life examples of how it has been different?
Yeah. So the fortunate part is one of the big pluses is, I think, is me coming from a sales background as well. I've sort of got a bit of an insight into how the sales guys think. So knowing there's opportunities within the rent roll for the salespeople to sell, and it's not a lot of people would think, oh, you're just selling off your rent roll, but it's not like that. It's working in tandem. So I'll give you an example. One of the sales guys.
I'm glad he's going to. I thought he was going to politically answer me there for a second, not give me anything, Ben. It took him a while.
One of the sales guys had an auction, sold it at auction, and was talking to the underbidder.
Was that Toby sold it at auction?
No, it wasn't Toby actually. Sold it, and the underbidder wanted a property. That salesperson found them another property, but the owner of that property needed to find somewhere else to live before. So sales guys came to me. I said, well, I've got a house in Northbridge. We contacted the owner. The owner ended up coming up with a deal. They sold it to that owner, kept the tenant in there while they were building. Then there was another sale off the back of that. There was about 3 or 4 sales.
Yeah, you lost me at the first one.
Yeah, it's a bit convoluted. I probably need to draw a diagram.
It's pretty glad.
Can we get the whiteboard?
I do remember walking around the office high-fiving each other saying how good this was, but you lost me at a low.
So basically there was, with the chain of events, I think there ended up being 3 sales and 4 managements from one transaction.
Wow.
And to give you some sort of real life numbers, last year, it was around 350,000 in GCI that property management referred back to Avnu sales.
Yeah,
Which is pretty impressive, given that you had a complete zero slate.
Zero slate, and in property management rent roll terms, we are small.
Well, you're all part of the team. Like you do everything together, sales, property management together.
Yeah, and I think something even as small as, like, I know you can't see it, but where property management is situated in this office, right in the middle of all the salespeople.
Yeah.
So, like, psychologically, the property manager sits right next to the sales leader. So everything is directed in to the salespeople, to the property manager. So the biggest part is being one team. We're not property management and sales. We're Avnu.
One team, one dream.
And the salespeople look at property management like an extension of their team.
Yeah. I guess for those listening in that aren't part of the culture here and get to see it, what bit of advice would you give to salespeople in an attempt to work better with the property management within their current organisation?
And that's give Toby a call.
They should have it, mate. It's on billboards.
I think I think it's mindset. The mindset around it's another department.
Not an us versus them.
Yeah, it's not. It's a value add for their clients, and it comes back to the property manager as well, building that relationship with the salesperson and building trust. When you're pitching for business, you're basically trying to build that relationship with the client and build the trust. It works the same within an office environment, and culture's one of our biggest pillars here. Building that trust with the salesperson, keeping the unity between the two departments, and like in every office, there are things that happen, but nipping in the bud, not letting things fester, and always doing the right thing by that client, by the sales person who has referred that client in. So things like, if you've got a problem with that landlord, just go up to the sales guy and say, this, that, and the others happened. We're working through it.
So they're not going in blindfolded.
Not going in blind, exactly.
I guess it is the nursery for the next transaction, isn't it? So it's hugely important that we do the right job of looking after their clients.
Exactly. We call Christine calls it the incubator. So property management being the incubator for the sales clients, whether it's 6 months, 12 months, 5 years. Handing it back to the salespeople on a silver platter, so that they're not going up.
Well, it's pretty hard to get it back if you haven't done the right thing, isn't
it? Exactly.
So.
And I've seen it in big rent rolls before, where a salesperson's referred in, and then 3 years down the track, all of a sudden you get a call from another agent, we've listed it for sale. In my opinion, the property manager hasn't done the right thing to get to that point.
And what motivates you personally?
My family. I've got 2 beautiful kids, and giving them the best life. I want them to have everything, and my family really motivates me.
Who inspires you other than Toby? He's supposed to say me. That's a lead-in.
My parents coming here with not really much, especially my dad he was working 3 jobs.
Bit of a common theme. We need to start hanging around the docks.
He was working 3 jobs, didn't really see, I'm one of 4, so didn't really see mum or us for the first 3 or 4 years of life, just trying to make ends meet. Went out on a limb. All his family went out west, and he decided he wanted to live over in the north, because it was clear he was working at the hospital, at North Shore Hospital at the time as a cleaner, so it was logistically better for him to move to the north. Just going from nothing to where he is today. 4 kids, grandkids, nice house, and just he really motivates me.
Cool.
And mate, if you could have lunch with one person alive or dead, do you know who that person might be? Other than
Ben Mitchell. I'm a big sports guy, so probably Cristiano Ronaldo or Michael Jordan, maybe.
A common theme there, the old
MJ. How much that series do for you?
I probably wouldn't have said MJ if I didn't watch that.
I know. It's a common theme.
I know that's the topic of choice apparently right now, even though it's not even. It's quite a long time ago.
Mate, one bit of advice you give your younger self. Party harder. Travel more.
This might sound real corny, but I don't know. I was always very whatever growing up, so I never left a stone unturned. I never maybe be a bit more sensible. I don't know. I was a bit of a loose unit when I was.
Still a unit.
Still a loose unit. Mate, the final thing, I'm going to thank you for your time. We're going to steal 60 more seconds of your time, and we're going to do rapid fire questions. If you do answer 50 of these, you get $50.
50 schmackos.
$50. All right, so a pineapple is up for grabs. Are you ready? Start the clock. Cook or wash up?
Cook.
Open house or by appointment?
By appointment.
Planner or go with the flow?
Go with the flow.
Fold or scrunch?
Fold.
Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Monochrome or colour?
Colour.
Fast cars or fast food?
Cars.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Play sport or watch sport?
Watch sport.
Garden yourself or get a gardener?
Gardener.
Metro or rural?
Retro.
Cocktails or wine?
Cocktails.
Uber, sit in the front or back?
Uber.
Circles or squares?
Circles.
Socks or no socks?
No socks.
Laptop or mobile?
Mobile.
Bananas or apples?
Bananas.
Singer or dancing?
Dancing.
Auction or private treaty?
Auction.
Instagram or Facebook?
Gram.
Piercings or tattoos?
Tats.
Book or Kindle?
Book.
Manny or petty?
Petty.
Coffee or green juice?
Coffee.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Morning person or night out?
Morning.
Meat or tofu?
Meat.
Online shopping or in-person shopping?
Online.
Sweet or savoury?
Sweet.
Netflix or Stan?
Netflix.
Property or stocks?
Property.
MJ stands for Michael Jackson or Jordan?
Jordan.
Digital watch or analog?
Digital.
Pasta or pizza?
Pizza.
Sandals or shoes?
Shoes.
Message or call?
Call.
Half full or half empty?
Full.
Toilet seat up or down?
Up.
Sunset or sunrise?
Sunset.
Pool or ocean?
Pool.
Gold or silver?
Silver.
Tidy or messy?
Messy.
TV show or movie?
TV.
Oh!
What do you get to?
43.
Oh, you're currently winning the table there. But
You
I
are.
got to question one of your answers there. It was metro or rural. I think he said retro.
Retro. I did like that when it was Instagram or Facebook and he went, grand. I was like, take it easy, mate. Take it easy. Thanks for
Retro.
listening. What do you think? Have a great